Hey everyone, it's me, Nita, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, so if you guys can't tell, I'm in a new area. So this past week, I've been extremely busy with moving my workspace from the kitchen to like it was my front room, but we moved all the front room stuff into like the kitchen, dining, living room / area, I guess. So I kind of just took over our other living room because I just needed more space, and I kind of needed a secluded area away from my 2 toddlers. So when I do work, I can work kind of uninterrupted because I've been getting busier on Etsy, even though the last like 2 weeks has been like completely dead. I've been getting busier on Etsy, which means I have to work more, which is an awesome and amazing thing. But having 2 toddlers, I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old now. It makes working extremely hard. So I just needed a space where I can actually work without getting interrupted or distracted by my 2 kids. And with having my workspace in my kitchen area, my kids were right there with me, constantly distracting me. So I just needed a space where I could just work and just focus. And 2, my kids were just constantly touching a lot of the materials that I use, and I just don't want anything to get broken or damaged. So it was time for me to move all my work equipment, all my supplies into this space. And so far I'm really loving it. Last night I had my first like real full work day working in here, and it was so incredibly nice. I was able to accomplish quite a bit. I had like 17 open orders, and I got down to 3 open orders. So I was very productive yesterday. But I kind of just wanted to give you guys a little tour of my workspace. It's basically the same kind of setup as I was working with in the kitchen, but I kind of just wanted to give you guys a little tour. If you are new here, I do run 2 Etsy shops. One of them is successful, the other one is quite new and still growing. But I have a successful Etsy shop, and I do embroidery, I do HTV using my Cricut, I do, I sew baby clothes, I make embroidered baby blankets. So I do sewing, embroidery, HTV, making t-shirts, and sublimation too as well. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys everything. And if you haven't yet and you're new here, make sure to subscribe so you can kind of see how I am growing my business and all the fun things that I work on. But let's just go ahead and dive in. I'm super excited to show you everything. The only downfall to moving to this space is the lighting. The lighting is not the best, but I'm hoping though with my business, if it continues to grow, eventually I can invest in better lighting. Right now I'm just using some cheap little shop lights that I got from Harbor Freight actually. I think they were like 50 bucks for, we spent 100 for two lights. I'm thinking I might need to get more, possibly, I don't know yet. But I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what exactly I'm working with. Okay, so for the first like section of this room, I have my TV. I like to, when I'm working, put on a YouTube video, a show, something to watch while I'm working. And then right here I have my 3 open orders that I have that I need to work on. So I have a basket of my open orders. I am selling scrunchies again, so I have a bunch of pre-made scrunchies because I do plan on doing a local flea market / craft fair. So I'm prepping a bunch of scrunchies. I am going to be launching a Christmas selection. I'm going to do a whole video on all my new Christmas items I'm going to be adding to my shop, so make sure to keep a lookout for that video. But I have all the stuff that I am currently working on right here, just so it's easy for me to grab and I know exactly what I'm working on. Over here I have just a bag of some scrunchies that I'm halfway done with. I need to elastic them and sew the opening closed. So I have a bag of pre-made scrunchies that I need to finish. I have my sewing machine. This is a Zinger. I did have a Brother sewing machine, which I prefer that sewing machine, but it kind of just gave out. I had that sewing machine probably for about 7 years, and I used it quite a bit, but I am currently using a Zinger, whatever you want to call it. This is my niece's. She actually let me use it / borrow it until I get a new sewing machine. Over here I have my serger. I use this to, I make bell bottoms that go with like birthday outfits or like a holiday outfit. But I have my brother's serger. One day I hope to add a cover stitch to this area. And then I have this heat press. I honestly don't even know what brand this is. I actually bought it off of Facebook Marketplace because my other heat press broke and my business heavily relies on having a heat press. So I got this used and honestly I love it. It's amazing. It opens, it has a timer on it, and then it opens up when it's all done. So whenever I'm working like on something like sewing, or if I'm working on some embroidery items and I get distracted, I could just set this, and when it's done, it'll pop up on its own. So it's kind of nice to have. Actually, this machine I believe you get from Heat Press Nation, but like I said, I got it off Facebook Marketplace used. And I have it all on this big kitchen table that my husband built. It's kind of, we were sanding it because we were going to restain it a different color, and then we decided not to, but eventually I do plan on either restaining the top to a darker color or just painting it a different color. And then these two chairs, they are well loved. I did start sanding them down because I do plan on painting these so they look gross. But once I paint them and refinish them, they'll look really good. I do plan on painting this too and refinishing that. So this will look really nice once it's all done and painted. Same with this table as well. And a lot of the furniture that's in this room, my husband actually built all by himself. So it's kind of nice having unique furniture and furniture that's made to last. So I'm very grateful that my husband knows how to do woodworking. Over here, I just have some photos of my family. So nothing sewing related. I do have my ring light that I was using before I got these new lights installed. But I just need to fold that down and put that away because I'm really not going to use it. And then I have this blanket ladder that my husband built that I plan on putting my quilts on that I have sewn, and any baby blanket orders that I have, I can kind of just drape them over here and keep them out of the way. But yeah, so I have this, and then over here, it's just a giant clock, some photos, a fireplace that I don't use. I have a bucket full of scrunchies and wristlet keychains that I have pre-made for a flea market that I'm planning on doing in the next 2 weeks. And then down here I just have some toys and some puzzles for my kids when they do come in here while I'm working. They have some fun activities that they like to do to help keep them distracted while I'm working. Right here are all my hoops that I use for my single needle embroidery machines, and then this little bucket right here is full of HTV. Over here on this shelf, I need to add some either photos or some other decor to kind of fill up that space. So I definitely need to figure out what I'm gonna do with those 3 shelves. Back here, I just have some supplies that I use with my embroidery machine. I have my hat hoops, some sticky spray, some water, a water spray bottle that I use for like my water soluble stabilizer, some pre-filled bobbins, my curved applique scissors. Down here, I have more my hooping station for the hat hoops, and then down here I have, and then it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but I have my like canned air that I use to kind of clean my multi-needle, and then I have some applique fabrics. I have fabric for my donut shirts because I primarily make a bunch of donut shirts, and then all my scraps too that I try and use for my applique shirts. And then right here, I have my big boy Gordo. This is my 15 needle by Industrial Embroidery Machine. I've had this for quite a few months now, and I honestly love this machine. I am thinking about doing like a 6-month review on this machine to let you guys know what I think about this machine, what are the pros, the cons, all that stuff. So I'm thinking in the next few months I'll have to do a video for you guys, because a lot of you guys have had questions on if I like this machine or not, and I love it. There are a few things that I don't like about it, but overall, I'm very happy with this machine. If you guys have any questions or anything, I have my sales reps information down in the description. So if you have any questions, feel free to email him, or you can contact him on Facebook too and ask him any questions. And if you ever decide to purchase one of these machines, make sure to use the code Nita Fajita to get a free little gift. And then down here, I just have all my hoops and then my little tool case to help like maintain the machine. Over here, I have like my little heating mat that I use with my little knockoff little Cricut mini press. Because my Cricut mini press broke, so I got this little knockoff one off Amazon. Works just as great. So I just use this for like my appliques, or if I need to do any heat and bond light onto some fabric to do my appliques, I like to use this instead of my heat press. I have my Brother PE800 right here. This embroidery machine kind of helped grow my business. It's crazy that this little machine helped grow my entire business. I have this also linked down in the description as well. I have, this one's a 5x7 hoop, like that's the biggest you can do. On this one, the biggest one you could do is a 6x10, and this is my Baby Lock Flourish 2. Love this machine. I love both of these machines. Basically, I got this one and then about almost a year later, maybe a little less, I got this machine, and then I ended up upgrading to that one. So I have these 3 machines that help run my embroidery business. And I also have that one linked down below too. Over here, I have this cute little thread stand that a follower sent me. Thank you so much. I love how it fits in my little craft room, so thank you for sending that out to me. I have this little rack too that has all my threads and stuff. Over here, I have my Cricut maker. I use this to do my HTV shirts. I do kids' birthday shirts. I do adult shirts. I do whatever I can with my Cricut. I do t-shirts, and then I also do my tags for like clothing. I do make stickers as well with my Cricut for packaging. And I do plan on making a video for you guys on how I do stickers and my labels and stuff too with my Cricut maker. So stay tuned for that video. I'm hoping to do that very soon for you guys. And then up here, my husband built me this shelf, and this shelf basically has like all my needles for my multi-needle. These little bins are like little tools too for my multi-needle. I have packing tape and these 2 little baskets. This stuff is stickers for packaging and labels too for clothing. Pins and needles for my baby blankets. I have like my Tender Touch and my water soluble stabilizer right there too. And then I have this really beautiful painting. Someone made this for me. I went to high school with this person, and she was so kind and generous, and she made this beautiful resin, I believe, painting. And I'll make sure and leave her TikTok down below so you guys can go check her stuff out. But I love this painting. I think it's super cool. But yeah, I just love how it looks. And then down here, this is another thing my husband built. This is super cool. It has barnyard doors that slide, which is super cool. And down here, I have all my embroidery threads. And then down here, I have all my stabilizers and things like that. And then down here in this bucket, I have all my samples for like t-shirts and stuff that I do for like mock-ups. I do plan on taking some of these mock-ups with me to my flea market that I have planned in the next 2 weeks. I plan on taking some of these. So if any customers want to like see what stuff I do make, and they can order from me there, and I can either ship it to them or they can come and pick it up themselves, or I can hand deliver it too for an extra fee. But I do plan on taking a bunch of samples. I just keep them in this little bin. And then down here I have my little hoop master, like hooping station kind of thing. This helps me hoop sweatshirts, adult shirts, to do like left chest logos or center logos. Just basically just helps me line up any design. This is my photo board that I use to take pictures for Etsy photos and for my website. And then down here I have a bunch of like bags. What I do basically is I'll use these bags to put all my packages in, and then my husband will actually go and deliver, not deliver, but he'll go and take my packages to the post office for me. So I just have my bags down here, so when I'm done with orders I just pull out a bag and put my orders in there. And then we have this steamer for when we do embroidery for like structured hats. This makes it a whole lot easier. And my Embroidery Machine does a beautiful job making hats. I do plan on adding hats to my Etsy. Eric does a bunch of hats too for like businesses and stuff. So I do plan on adding some hats to my Etsy shop. It's just, we're so busy. Down here I have some embroidery vinyl. I have some faux leather that I plan on making some more wristlets and keychains too for my little market that I have planned. Down here, same thing. I have some more faux leather and some other just random supplies for like sublimation and whatnot. So I just have everything organized down here. I have like another little hooping station, I guess. I use this one for kids' shirts. And then over here is another shelf that just holds like a bunch of other supplies. Again, my husband built this one, and he built this too. So super handy, and I love it. So I just have a bunch of like cute stuffed animals of like characters that I love. I have all my dye that I use for tie-dye. These little bins up here are just more like tools and things that I use to help run my Etsy shop. I have some more thread right there, a little memorial for my German Shepherd Lilo. She passed away last December, so it's almost been a year since she's been gone. But I like to just have this right here just to kind of remember her by. I have all my vinyl that I use, like my scraps, because I save all my scraps and I use them all. So I have them over here just for easy access. Right here I have my Munbin label printer. I love this thing. Like, it has been such a game changer when it comes to like packaging. But I have it right here on top of my little sublimation printer. I usually just use my sublimation printer for my clothing tags. Eventually I want to add sublimation kid shirts to my Etsy shop. Again, I am so busy, I just haven't had time to add it, and then I have to go and find blanks too that are going to be in stock continuously for me to be able to do sublimation shirts, birthday shirts, whatever, just sublimation kid shirts. So eventually I'll get around to doing that. I have my scale, all my packaging stuff, my labels that I use for clothing, more labels, some stickers, some more packaging stickers, my little hang tag gun. I keep my scissors, a little Tide pen. If you don't have any Tide pens and you make kids shirts or any type of clothing, I highly recommend having a bunch of those because I go through those things like crazy. I'm hoping now though that since I moved out of my kitchen I won't have to use this as much because trying to work in a spot where there's food and toddlers making a mess constantly, you always have to have one of these. But hopefully I won't have to use that as much. And then of course you also lint roll. You need a lint roller, have a bunch of them. And then just a tape measure and a pen that I use to do my labels for my clothing. I have my laptop to use for like editing embroidery designs, using my Cricut. For my printers, I also have that connected. And then this is kind of like my packaging station, I guess. So basically I'll have this area right here to package. I have some more of my like popular colors of HTV that I constantly use. So I have a bin of HTV just for easy access to quickly pull those. I have some new Cricut mats, and then all my packaging like supplies too. I have my little polymelers, and then I have my clear like little plastic to put like my t-shirts or baby blankets in. I have like multiple different sizes, but I do plan on getting like a better container for these. I have like my big polymelers and clear plastic sleeves in here. I have my small ones that I use for like my little strips of bullet fabric that I sell to make like bows and stuff. I have the little tiny polymelers, and these are like my medium-sized ones that I use for my kids' birthday outfits and kids' shirts that I embroider or do HTV. I have like a medium size like packaging, so large, small, and then medium. Down here I have my big thing of heat and bond light. I have some more labels and like packaging stuff that I just need to cut out. I just haven't had time to cut those out, so that's something to do on my to-do list. I have my cool little stand that I use for TikTok videos. I'm so excited to start filming TikTok videos in this room. And then a follower just sent me this. I am super excited to set this up. It's a 20 spool thread stand. This is gonna work perfect with my single needles, which will make changing out thread colors a lot easier and a lot more like efficient. So I'm really excited to set this up. I'm hoping to do that sometime this week, but I'm gonna set that up in the next few days. And then over here, I have like my little clear plastic sleeves that I use to put my open orders in, where I'll put my packing slip and any shirts that I have to embroider or put HTV on. I'll put the shirt in there. If I have some bell bottom orders, I'll do the pre-cut bell bottoms and put them in here. And then when I sew them, to help them not get mixed up, I'll put them back in these sleeves until I add the tags and package them up to be shipped. So I just have this little hanger to hold all my little clear plastic folders. But yeah, this is my new workspace, guys. I'm so excited to make a ton of content for you guys. So excited. All right, well that is going to be it for this video. It's probably gonna be a short one, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick little tour. And like I said, I'm so excited to film work with me videos, tutorials, all that stuff in this new workspace. And I just feel like I'm gonna be a lot more productive and efficient at getting things done. I feel more inspired too to come in here and film too, because I constantly, in the kitchen, I would have to first like tidy up the kitchen before I could even work or start filming. So if I had to like clean up the whole kitchen area before I could film, it just made me not want to film basically. So at least with this area, I'll be able to keep it clean and tidy. And if I'm in the mood to like film a video, I can just pull up my camera and not have to worry about cleaning off the counter, cleaning up like everything in the kitchen before I could film. So I just feel a lot more inspired to start working and filming and just doing a lot of stuff in this room basically. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a like. Comment down below if you guys have any ideas on what I should put up here, because that empty space is like driving me nuts. I need to figure out something that I could put there, either decor or something to hold like supplies. So let me know down in the comments. I do have a bunch of samples and holiday stuff that I'm going to be launching, so stay tuned for that video. Of course, I'm prepping for my first flea market. I did decide on 2 dates. I can't think of the exact date right now. I have them marked in my calendar, so in my next video I will announce what 2 days for this month of November I'll be doing my first flea market. I have 2 days planned for November, so if you live in the Sacramento area, you'll be able to come if you want to, stop by and say hi and come check out my booth. But definitely stay tuned for a bunch of content for that. And just a bunch of tutorials. I plan on doing Vlogmas, and a lot of the videos that I plan on doing for Vlogmas, I want to do tutorials. So just stay tuned for just a bunch of content. I feel super inspired. I definitely got to figure out this lighting though. I'm not as impressed with this lighting. It definitely is nice for working, but for filming, it's not the best. But I think that's it. I'm gonna stop rambling and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!